Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
So the drive home did take me longer than I expected. It took 12 days in total. The day I left, I ended up leaving later than I expected because I had ordered an inflatable kayak because I was going to be driving by all these awesome bodies of water for kayaking, and I was looking at rentals and they were like between $60 and $100 a day. And the inflatable kayak was significantly cheaper than even renting a kayak for 2 days. But it didn't arrive until 3 p.m. and I kind of expected that it would get there sooner. So I left pretty late the first day, and then I stopped at a gas station in New Hampshire, locked my car like one would normally do, and then it wouldn't unlock. The key didn't work, the button on the key didn't work, couldn't get into the car. Thankfully, I had left a window open just a pretty small amount, but I went into the gas station, talked to the people working there, and they were able to like go in the back and rummage up this like scrawny, lanky teenage kid who was able to like reach his arm in and undo the lock. I got that night to my friend Joy's house and I stayed there for the night in Vermont. So only drove a few hours that day. And Joy and her husband Colin made me this nail on a stick contraption, which I could just like leave the, window open a tiny bit and stick it in the window and unlock the lock. So it worked. Thankfully, they came up with a solution because I was worried I would have to go somewhere and get it fixed since the car was like chock full of our leftover hiking stuff plus all kinds of stuff from the summer. And then the second day didn't go according to plan either. I was going to do a short drive and just go to Montreal and stay there for the night. So I booked a kind of like an Airbnb style place, though it wasn't booked through Airbnb. I was going to stay at someone's house. They advertised it as like a hostel homestay type thing, and it was pretty inexpensive. So I booked this, and then they started texting me, and they were like, why are you only staying one night? Don't you want some time for vacation and relaxation? Do you want to come stay at our farm outside of the city? You can stay for a few days, which really creeped me out. I don't know what their intentions were, but I just texted them back and said, you are freaking me out. Don't text me again. I'm going to stay somewhere else. And I didn't even go through Montreal. I stayed at a place called Coles Creek State Park in upstate New York. And that was better. Though I was camping next to a family, just like a couple and their kid. And the dad, for some reason, like he saw my car, he saw that I had all the stuff in it. It's a pretty old car. He called me a car hobo, which I assume means like someone who's like living out of their car. But it was also a little bit of culture shock because I'd been on the Appalachian Trail where everyone was living out of these small tents and a backpack and was kind of dirty and smelled bad. And then I get to this campground thinking it'll be fine, and there's this family with this gigantic camping setup and did not approve of me. Yeah, I cried in my tent that night. I'll admit it. It was just like, I'd been on the Appalachian Trail for so long, was really enjoying the community there and the way that, everyone was kind of in the same boat and we were all supportive and didn't mind other people camping in your vicinity and so on and so forth. And then I ran into this family where the dad was pretty brutal. My next stop was at Wellesley Island, and I camped there, and that was a much, much better experience. I actually ended up camping near some really awesome people who I went kayaking with, and people were just a lot more friendly there. They didn't have the same kind of uppity vibe that they did at the other campground that I was at. And after staying at Wellesley Island, I crossed into Canada. Way more exciting than I realized it would be. It felt really good. I hadn't been in Canada for like 6 months. So I know it's just a line on the map, but it was really exciting to cross that line. I will make another video with my Canadian side of the drive adventures. Thankfully, it was much less eventful than, those few days of driving in the US, which seemed to have way too many things happen.
You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst I say and turn them to a game.